And we are back with the third segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Now, in this third segment, we are going to be looking at the Celtics and their little game plan that they have to sort of stop the Dallas Mavericks and beat the Dallas Mavericks in these last few games. I noticed them doing this a lot in their previous few games, and it seems like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing well only just helps their cause in winning the game. And it's really good that Jason Tatum ended up showing up in this game, as well as Jaylen Brown showing up in this game. They desperately needed that. And the big thing was stopping Luka Dončić, and it's really difficult to stop him offensively. I mean, in the first two games that he played, he was ridiculous. He had 30 points in all of them, and the only reason why he didn't have 30 points in this one is is because he ended up fouling out. So if he doesn't foul out, then there's a chance that he ends up getting more points, more rebounds, and more assists, and ultimately wins the game in the end, because the game was only a 1 point lead from the Celtics. The Celtics were only leading by 3 points, and then Luka Dončić ended up fouling out. So it was a little bit unfortunate for Luka Dončić and the Mavericks, but the biggest thing that is really new that I've never seen before is this new stat that they're putting up in some of these shows on TV that are that are some of these NBA shows. It's called blow by percentage. Now, I've never heard of this stat before. This is new. And obviously, blow by percentage is what it is. It's the amount of times you let a ball handler go past you and go to the rim. And it's for the Celtics, the percentage in the playoffs is 67.7%. So that's the amount of times that's the percentage that Luka gets blown by in these postseason games between the Celtics in 2024. This is apparently the highest blow-by percentage allowed on drives in a series. And again, this is a crazy stat because I've never heard of this stat before. And not only that, Luka Dončić in 2020 again is on the list with 65.2% against the Clippers. And then he's on the list again, 59.0% against the Thunder. Now, I don't know if this is this is apparently within the last 10 years. This is a crazy stat if this is true. And again, this is a ridiculous stat, and I believe the first one that it is the highest in NBA history, because in these few games, Luka has been a liability on the defensive side of the ball. He spends more time complaining than he does defending, I feel like, in this series. In fact, in a post-game interview, he was even complaining that the refs were the reason why they lost. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how are you going to complain about the refs? It's every time. And it seems like he is a bigger complainer than LeBron. He complains to the refs more than anyone I've ever seen in this postseason, in this finals, in any sort of basketball game. He complains a lot. It is ridiculous to me, because it's how are you, he is so good, but the fact that he complains so much is just it makes it a little bit annoying. And I'm a Luka fan. I really like Luka. I think he's a fantastic player, and I really like watching him play, but seeing him complain is one of the things that I really do not like about his game. I really could care less whether he complains. I just don't want to see him do that. I just cannot. It is gross. I do not like it at all. and it really like it sort of ruins the game for me, because it's like a lot of these players, they seem to enjoy complaining to the like they really complain to the ref a lot, and it really distracts the game. It really distracts from the game, especially in the finals, when it's like you're not really expected to get all of these calls, and you're not really expected you're expected to be a little bit more physical in the game. And with being, with the fact that there's more physicality, you also have to you're also not going to get that many foul calls in these games, and you have to expect that. But it's just he keeps complaining, and he keeps thinking that he should get more foul calls, but it's like you can't really expect that in the postseason. It's not going to happen. But that's like really like their game plan going, and their biggest game plan is just attacking the fact that Luka Dončić doesn't really play that much defense when he's in any sort of game in these postseasons. And it's like they're abusing the matchup that it's like, okay, it's Luka, go ahead and blow by him. And the fact that those Celtics can space the floor out a little bit better than most of the teams that they went up against only makes it better. And it's just, okay, hold on, we have someone in the chat, Eric Rodriguez, I believe that's Biggie. Who's the worst complainer in sports? Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, LeBron, or Luka Dončić? That is a very interesting question. And so I don't know. I mean, like, first off, Patrick Mahomes and Luka, they're like relatively young, and Brady and LeBron, they're like really old, and they've played for so long. So it's like you can pick more moments where Brady and LeBron have complained than you can about Mahomes and Luka. So it's like it's really difficult to pinpoint exactly like who complains more, but I think it's Tom. Like my heart wants to say Tom, and I genuinely it's Tom. But I mean, there's also LeBron is like second place. I'll give LeBron that, because it's like LeBron definitely complains a lot. He's been complaining a lot. Like, he's been complaining more recently than he has in like previous years. But like, again, he is known for his complaining. But not just to the refs, but also to like other players and other J.R. Smith. That's basically who I'm thinking about. But I mean, Luka's basically, if he continues to do this as the years progress, then he's going to be a very, very close second to LeBron. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just even exceeds LeBron, because he's done nothing but complain. And it's like, even after this postseason, he's been in the post-game conference, he's been complaining. And I'm just like, I've never seen anyone complain about the refs. After, what was crazier is that he even gave, like, before in a press conference, he gave a really noble response where it was like, the game was on me when they lost in game 2. And here in this game, he's saying that it was the refs. So he went from being humble in the last game to complaining in this game. And it's just like, are you going to pick a side? Like, what's happening? So with that, that's basically all I have for this. That's all I have for this third segment. So now we will go ahead and go into the fourth segment, where I talk about some more Cavs drama, about how the Cavs, they're expected to sign Donovan Mitchell on a max extension. So I will be right back after the short break. Be sure to stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC. to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.